Hi everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with my April wrap-up. I didn't end up reading like a shitload of books, but I definitely felt like I got back into the swing of things because I actually ended up reading pretty much every day of the week, even though the amount of pages might have changed a little bit depending on if it was during the work week or not. But yeah, I ended up finishing 7 books, almost so very close to finishing an 8th because I had like 90 pages left of it when the month was over. But yeah, let's talk about the books I did finish. So the last book I ended up finishing was Crown of Feathers by Nikki Powell Preto. This is about two sisters that have been hunting down phoenix eggs because they want to be phoenix riders, and they also happen to be able to talk to animals, which make it possible for them to actually become phoenix riders. But we meet Veronica, and she's just trying to get away from her sister. She wants to be a phoenix rider, you know, all that jazz. That's pretty much all I want to say about it because I feel like better to go in sort of blind. But I did end up liking the main character Veronica a lot, and then we also meet this guy named Tristan, and I mean their friendship is really cute and stuff. I don't really want to say too much, but I did really enjoy it. It was a quick read. Ended up like listening to the audiobook parts of it and then reading the physical parts, some of it, so I switched back and forth. But it was really interesting. I like their friendship, like I said, the phoenix sort of history that you get to know, like from their rise into their fall and how they're trying to get back into power, or you know, just acceptance in general, and trying to protect themselves and you know the community and everything like that. And I really did enjoy it. Like I said, it was a quick read. I really liked the writing style and the characters, and you know, we don't really get to read a lot about phoenixes these days, so that was a nice aspect as well. And after I finished it, I definitely wanted to pick up book 2 right away, so you know, spoiler alert for the next book haul. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And as I said before, I ended up reading only 7 books, but I did read like a shitload of pages because I read this hunker. And this is Flashback, which is book, what is it, 7 in the Keeper of the Lost series by Shannon Messenger. This is such a huge book. This is over, I don't really remember how many pages, but it's over 800 at least. It's like 845 pages, and it's huge. And you know, I really love this series so much. This is a really great series. We meet Sophie Foster, and she actually finds out that she is not human. She's in fact an elf, and she gets taken back to, you know, the elven world, and she gets to go to this magic school to learn how to control her abilities and her magic. And she's sort of this mysterious kind of character. She doesn't really know a lot about her background and what happened and why she ended up with the humans and stuff like that. And it's just awesome, and there's such great friendship in these books, and I love it so much. And even though they're huge, you fly through them, and I love this so much. And I just want to get my hands on the 8th book, but I don't have it, so we'll see how it goes. But I ended up giving this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. I also ended up reading A Tale of Magic by Chris Colfer. This is the first book in a new series by him. This is also middle grade, but it does take place in the Land of Story series world, and that was a series I really loved. But we do need new characters about this girl named, what's her face? Bristol, and she finds out that she is in fact a fairy. She gets to go to this fairy school, and they get to learn about their magic and how to use it and everything. And then of course they have to save the day when their teacher and mentor sort of disappears. I did really enjoy it. Some things didn't click that as well as with me as I would have liked, but I did really enjoy this book, and I think I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. And I also read A Sorcerer of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I did read An Enchantment of Ravens by her a couple of, like a year ago, 2 years. Didn't really like that one because I thought it was kind of dull, but this one was definitely a lot more enticing. This is sort of a historical setting, and we meet our main character, Elizabeth, and she's sort of this, she works in this magical library, and if you don't take care of the books right and they get damaged or anything, they turn into these sort of monster creatures. And then there's magicians, you know, magic, and there's demons. It was really cool, really kick-ass. It was a quick read, and I did really enjoy this one, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then we have Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. This is about 2 teens that go to the same school. They end up in different sides of this sort of epic Twitter battle because they both work for different kind of restaurants that sort of sell the same kind of items, and one day the recipe for one of them gets stolen and they're used by both sides, and you don't know it's each other because you don't know who's behind the Twitter accounts, but you know, shit goes down and it's very feudish, and I really liked it. I really like the characters and their sort of friendship that forms and then everything it escalates into, but I did feel like sort of the book was a little bit longer than it needed to be. I mean, it's not huge or anything, but I feel like a lot of shit was resolved very early on and then was sort of lacking towards the end. But I did give this 4 out of 5 stars. And then I also read Lucky Caller by Emma Mills. I've read like pretty much all of her books by this point. I really do love her writing style and her characters, and this one has sort of a radio broadcasting sort of aspect to it because the main character has to make a podcast for one class in her school, and she ends up getting bunched up with a lot of people she doesn't really hang out with, one of them being JB, her shallow best friend, who she's trying to avoid, but they get thrust into this together. The broadcast turns out to be a huge failure, and they have to try to save the project to, you know, be able to get a good grade and everything. I really love the podcasting aspect, I love the writing style, I love the characters, I love the plot. Like, it's Emma Mills. I'm sold. I'm giving this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. We have The Chosen by Tara Mathrow. This is the first book in the Contender series. We meet this guy named, what is this? We meet Cade. He's actually convicted for this big theft in his private school. He gets sort of this to sort of a detention center kind of thing, trying to make him, you know, work in society again. He and a bunch of guys from this school ends up in this sort of a mystical, weird world where they come across a lot of ancient beings, among them being dinosaurs and different kind of monsters. They also meet the Romans that have disappeared thousands of years ago, and they have to enter this sort of contest to be able to save their world, so it won't be blown up. They have to fight their way to freedom, and not everything goes as expected. I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. The book I had started but unfortunately not finished because I had 90 pages left of it. It is pretty big, but that is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This is about a witch getting married to a witch hunter, and you don't know that they're on sort of this opposite side of this sort of war going on, and it was really good, and I love the banter and the characters and the writing style and the magic, and it was really good, and I hope to finish this one sometime soon. Yeah, I ended up finishing 7 and like 2/3 of a book, which is definitely better than I have previously because these were quite chunky books, some of these, and I definitely flew through a lot of them, and I actually did really enjoy all of them, which has been a long time since I said that. But yeah, Easter holidays definitely worked and definitely helped for me to get through these books because I was on a reading heist at that time. But yeah, I ended up finishing all 5 books on my TBR, which has happened like once in my life before, so I am really hyped about that, really happy, and hopefully it will go just as well in May, but I can only wait and see. But yeah, if you have read any of these books, please let me know down below what you thought about them, without spoiling of course. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the button down below. And yeah, I hope we see each other in the next one. Bye!